Happy Network, you back in the same, like, cook, cracking the same, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe for more of this good content, everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Yes, that's TNN Trap News Network. Like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe for more of this good news you can use, more of this good knowledge, though. You can't get nobody's college, though. Big dog, tap in with the tap in to make sure you're, in fact, tapped in with that good. Tapped in. You feel me? Get into that if you ain't got into that. You feel me, man? Get into that if you ain't got into that. I need you to like, I need you to subscribe. I need you to tap in with that tap in, because once you do, you will be in it for a chance to win $100, man. That's right. The best comment between now and 25,000 subscribers on this page, you get $100. The best comment between now and 15,000 on a new page, gonna get $100. So make sure you get into that. If you ain't got into that, man, it's good. TNN Trap News Network. It's that good news you can use. It's that good knowledge, though. You can't get in nobody's college, though. You feel me? Tap in with the tap in. And that is a cheeked up white girl. Hey, white girl. She's cheeked up. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Get into that content. Get into that news you can use. Get into that knowledge you can't get in nobody's college. Make sure that you also, my bad, I was listening to Maroon 5. Make sure you also get into Man at the Garden freestyle. Please don't touch my, it got a body on it, and Fairy Tale's out now. I was listening to Maroon 5, She Will Be Loved. Don't worry about it. I'll be into that. That's my music choice. Anyway, Maroon 5, She Will Be Loved is a hit. If you don't know about Maroon 5, She Will Be Loved, y'all don't know what she was doing in the early 2000s, you feel me? But I don't know. Either way go. We finna jump into this content. What do we got here? We got here Luce Cannon resurfaced video admits that him and Big U was at PNB. Ooh, goodness gracious. Okay, Luce Cannon admits to a body. Let's get to this content. Let's get into it. Let's
go. Waffles restaurant with his girlfriend 2 years ago this month. According to court testimony, PNB Rock was wearing a few $100,000 worth of jewelry at the time. The jury found that Freddie Trone ordered his then 17-year-old son to go in and rob Allen. The teen was armed with a gun. The rapper was shot and killed and his jewelry stolen. This is Freddie Trone in court earlier today when he heard Rakim's mother and aunt give their victim impact statements. The court did not allow the camera to show their faces. The first to speak to Trone was Rakim's mother.
Rakim was a shining light in our family. He was a star to us. He was our Michael Jackson. And we are devastated. We are trying to live with this, but it's very hard. It's very hard. We can't. It's hard.
That is manipulation of the evidence that was presented to them.
Trone's attorney asked for a new trial in this case. Judge Connie Quinones denied that motion. Trone was sentenced to 31 years and 4 months to life in state prison.
You will pass away in there, big dog.
The second person to speak was the late rapper's aunt.
He worked very hard for everything he achieved, always trying to provide for his mom and his 4 brothers to create a better future. But in an instant, his life was stolen, leaving a void that will never be filled.
Another defendant, Tremont Jones, was sentenced to 12 years for his part in the robbery that day. Rakim's mother and aunt also told Jones that he and Trone had caused them a lot of pain.
Luce Cannon could be
yeah, that's terrible, bro. God bless the dude.
Real big trouble.
And I want to give a big shout out to, let me try to give him a like, Street Media TV. Big shout out to Street Media TV. We are using their content, so a big shout out to Street Media TV. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
To Trone was Rakim's mother.
And stuff, right? Through and comb through to listen to the things that he said when he opened his mouth. Now, they're locked up with extortion, all kinds of stuff, right? And he's online talking about what happens when out-of-towners come to L.A., how they use elaborate schemes and plots to rob you, right? To get you robbed, and then you go to them, right, when you check in, and they, for a price, they get you back your stuff, right? They know all the places where they go to melt stuff, where they melt the jewelry down. They do all you got to do is give it up. Well, PNB Rock, who's from my city, Philadelphia, was out and living out in L.A., and he got robbed 2 years ago and unalived, right? But guess what? We're hearing now that Big U and Luce Cannon was in there. They was in the restaurant at the time. And Luce was in there with his girl. And remember, these guys are...
No, I doubt that was really true. But the fact that Luce Cannon's taking credit for that and making that seem like that could be a possibility with everything going on is barnacles. Do I think that that's actually true? No, I don't. But the fact that Luce Cannon's claiming it is absolutely barnacles.
Known for robbing people, right? Let's look at what Luce Cannon said a couple months ago when he broke this down, when he running his mouth. Check this out.
Roscoe's. Yeah, so I felt it was like super messed up because at the end of the day, it was me and Big Useless in there when it happened. So when
This nigga just can't stop admitting the crimes. Like, and then he like, somebody told on me, somebody told on me. Yeah, somebody told on you, nigga. You told on you.
it happened,
You in that big old dumb hat.
I wish I could have just told him, like, bro, just give up the jury and we get it back to you later. But it just happened so fast and he wasn't cooperating. And that's when they took it off of him by force. You get what I'm saying?
What do you say to a person who won't give up their jury when something like that's happening?
No, give it up and then check in with the real people. So we're going to find a jury and we're going to get it because we know all the pawn shops, we know all the people that's going to melt it down and everything like that. So as soon as it comes on their table, we got it. Okay, get it, go in that back room, make that phone call, put them on the phone. That's how it worked.
So he was going on.
So you're just admitting to all kind of extortions. Oh, goodness gracious. All kind of criminal activity, conspiracies, being a part of a criminal organization, all kind of wooty bams. This guy's just an idiot.
Multiple podcasts, just running his mouth.
Multiple podcasts. Podcast is actually the past tense version of podcast. Podcast, this is not a word. Went on multiple podcasts. It's interchangeable. Don't worry about it.
They're talking about this diner, right? And just like saying things that if you're a street guy, you shouldn't really be saying, right? Now we know that you are a guy that's known for strong army, right? And something in it, strong army. So the homie is inside the restaurant with his jury on with his girl. He gets approached and he gets clapped, right? Because he don't want to give up his jury. He gets clapped. The father and the son goes to jail for it. But like you say in LA, they got a policy where they don't run their mouth. So they don't tell, but now with all these indictments coming, it's going to be a lot. Listen to this part.
So you going into my next question. You went on a podcast and you said that you was in the diner at the same time P&B got robbed.
Yeah, Roscoe's. We was
You all over the place telling this stupid story.
all in there.
Was
But
that
that's the good thing.
was that on Manchester?
Nah, that's not the one on Manchester.
Okay, yeah. When I was in LA, I was on the one on Manchester, but the one
That's the one that he got robbed at, the one in Manchester.
that he was on was where? What was that at?
On Manchester.
On Broadway.
Okay.
So you was in
Same difference, whatever.
there with your lady, because your lady spoke up too and said, yo,
He's saying the one on Manchester and Inglewood. Okay, never mind. I think he's talking about the one off the 405. I'm talking about the one on the dark side of South Central that even if you're from South Central, you've never been to on the other side of that freeway. The one that we never go to.
was in there.
Yeah. So basically, the one on Manchester is in Inglewood. That's like a no.
Okay, yeah, that one on Inglewood. Got it.
No, not from me.
Oh,
Can't
you
go
can't go there. You being in there, you big loose cannon. You couldn't do nothing to like pump the brakes.
No, see, the thing is, it's like he had no security and he had all his jewelry on, and
Right.
he shouldn't be in a spot like that.
And then we get to P&B Rock. P&B Rock is in the interview before he was unalived. He's talking about the culture in LA and how easy you can get robbed as opposed to in Philly. They do a lot of things on the creep on the come up. You know what I mean? You know, they run up on you in the dark, or you know they creep. He said,
Yeah, in LA, you can pretty much get it anywhere, bro.
in LA, they come right to your face. They want you to know that they did it, right? And he's saying there's a different culture out there, right? But he's explaining the culture of Los Angeles right before he met his demise. Check this out.
Be like every
They
time
try to take your jewelry or some shit?
I don't know, but they be like, where I'm from, we like sneaky. Like in LA, it's like they bold. It's like they want you to know. They want to spark a conversation with you first before they get into some shit. Some of them might just go crazy. Majority of the times I got into, they just gave a drop up too fast. You feel me? So the second time I got just talking, wanting me to hear their conversation, and it's like I'm with my peoples, like I'm with my daughter and my girl. Like why they talking about this shit? Like with this around, like we outside, we on Fairfax. I'm like, man, I already paid the blitz. We out. I'm like, man, we out of here. You feel me? Like we going. My girl, like, no, we ain't. What's wrong? I'm like, I'm just going off of the vibes. Like we out.
Is she peeping the energy? Because I'm
In LA, you better follow that vibe, boy. If that vibe tell you to get on, you better get the out of there, big dog. Straight up.
Oh,
Yeah,
she
you
ain't
on
peep
point.
it. Yeah, she ain't peep it. She was thinking
That's
I'm
the thing
tripping.
about women
She be
sometimes,
thinking I'm
man.
tripping. So in the mix of all this, I'm like, no, we out. So she peeped it. I'm serious. She's like, no, we out. We drive probably like 2 blocks in the street. She'd be pulled over somewhere else. Like, oh, I wanted to go to this store right here. And then in the mix of me, like telling her like where the park at, it's like somebody just came to the parking spot, like the same spot that we.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, they must have been following me or something, bro. How the fuck behind me this fast? Like I ain't even look. I look back. And then when I walk past, like the car, I'm out, like the max.
Oh yeah.
I'm getting all this heat coming from the car though. Like I'm feeling the energy coming from the car. I'm like the car, like some other. I ain't go in the store for 2 seconds. The same people coming from out the car, hop in the store, say some banging shit, like some set of my. I don't know what they
Set tripping or
but it was like
something.
something that I recognized the energy. You feel me? I'm like, what? You feel me? Like he like started talking to me on some game, bro. Do you know me? Like you know me from somewhere? He like, yeah, I know you is. Trying to get me to like get into some shit. So I'm like, man, I flagged him off and I just walked out the store because I already know like what it with me.
You don't that make you nervous if like you with like your girl?
No, that's why I be trying to be cool because you don't want to be nervous and make it
You gotta make sure that you're on top of everything, man. All T's crossed and all I's dotted.
seem like something about that. You want them to be as
protect them
calm
too,
as
though.
possible. You feel me? You want your girl and your kids to be like making it seem like everything is cool. Ain't nothing about to happen to us. You feel me? Like we super good. So I just be cool. I just kept it cordial. I'm like, come on, man, we out.
So I kind of feel like not Big U, Luce Cannon knew that indictments was coming, or maybe he was already working with the feds because he was also laying out videos where he was telling people.
Luce Cannon admitting to be around this is just crazy, especially with everything he has going on. I'm sure he's kicking himself on a lot of different things. And just real quick little moment of appreciation. Luce Cannon, Brick Baby, Big U, they all woke up with count time. Chow, day room, y'all want showers, laundry exchange. Whether you're having a good day or a bad day, it's on the street, so that makes it a good day. Just kind of throwing that out there for perspective.
When he stopped messing,
thank God for your freedom. Thank God for the privilege to be on the streets. Because if you're being locked up, you know that being on the streets right now is definitely a privilege. So God bless you if you're on the streets right now. And if you're not on the streets right now and you're watching this, we praying for your liberation, big dog.
He said, yo, get rid of that check-in stuff. Because when we go to the East Coast, man, when he go to New York, man, they lay out the red carpet for him. He go check in, they make sure he good. Man, he ain't got to worry about nothing. The East Coast guys ain't on that slimy trickery trying to rob me stuff. When we come in from the West Coast, it's hospitality, right? That's what he was saying. So he was saying, like, no, I ain't dealing with don't do check-in. We need to treat the East Coast guys the same way they treat us when they come to our town, right? They can't, the situation that happened with PNB Rock, you can never come here. Right? But this is the thing. Check this out.
When you come out of town, just go and do your business. Right. Go to like the W Hotel, get like 2 rooms, one for you to fuck the bitch if you want to do that, and then one to sleep in. Because if you do not do that, like, bro, we got somebody at the desk that's gonna give us the key card.
Oh, that's terrible, man. But we don't do that to
This nigga is open, like, you're just admitting to all kind of crimes, aren't you?
y'all when y'all come to New York.
I know. That's the problem.
Y'all diabolical. Y'all be like Pop Smoke, PNB Rock. We all our East Coast niggas is victims when we come out there, bro.
Man, and that's what I try to tell them. That's why I said I'm taking a stance, and it's like no more checking in. You get what I'm saying? Just do your business. Ain't no extortions. Nothing going on, because when we go to New York, I feel at ease. Look, but I check in with the homies, and I be like, look, I'm here, or whatever like that. Let's have a.
This is not gonna help with this, Rico, at all.
Good time, like, but sometimes that the New Yorkers or the out-of-towners don't know their boundaries. It's still LA.
I'm gonna say this, right? I want you young people. You can learn from this. You know, social media is something that we should use. We're in the greatest time of living that probably ever, right? Man, you can press start on your phone, and you can go live, and you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars, man. Telling your story, being creative, right? But be yourself. You don't have to create these characters and try to be something that you're not in order to get clout from people. Because this is the flip side of the game. Right, this guy come online, he claiming to be a gangster. These guys claiming to be Crips and Pirus, and they telling everything. Big U, before he turned himself in, he start naming names. You ain't supposed to do no telling. You ain't supposed to be in front of no camera naming no names to nothing. You supposed to keep your mouth shut. Period. These guys is talking about criminal activity. They sitting next to Vlad. They sitting next to Adam 22. They're talking about everything. So I'm trying to tell you, the streets is a myth. These guys is not from the streets. Leave the streets alone. Because they're telling. Everybody's telling. You got Suge Knight in jail telling to get out. He's talking about all kinds of stuff. All these so-called OGs, real N-words, is telling. Right? So the world I grew up in is over with. We in the digitized digital world where there's no more privacy and no more secrets. Everybody's telling everything. So like I said, this is a new world. So all that, he a snitch or one of, no, that stuff don't exist. Listen, snitch is normal now.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I see it's more common, but it ain't never normal.
This is normal now because you got OG kingpins that come home. They got YouTube channels. They talking. Everybody's talking. So Luce Cannon is online telling everything. So what you think when he get down there and the feds want to have a conversation, they want to brief him? He already told them everything. He gonna be, you know what Luce Cannon gonna tell him? When y'all want me to start, what year? That's what he gonna tell him. When do y'all want me to start and what year? Because he's already online telling. He just gonna add on to what he's been saying. Well, tell me what you guys think, man. Do you think that they had something to do with PNB Rock's unaliving? Where they're now admitting that they were there and they're talking about the way these elaborate schemes and the way robberies go down? Let me know what you guys think, man. Leave your comments in the comment section. Subscribe to Street Media TV.
Shout out to Street Media TV, man. And we up out there to the next one. Y'all know the deal is red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest, and it's free. Avenue Angel Tweets free.